everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am back with another video, and this time we're going to be doing a beautiful set of ombre nails, and I'm going to be using all acrylic, no polish. And as you guys know, I recently did a review video on the Mia Secret colored acrylics, so that's what I'm going to go ahead and use today. I've been excited to go ahead and use more than the two that I used for the actual review video, so just keep watching. And of course, the first thing that we're doing is just going in and removing all of the bling. As you can see, everything stayed on really good after 2 weeks. This was the money set that I did not too long ago, so if you haven't watched that, I'll be sure to leave that link in the description to the encapsulated money and glitter set. Once we finish removing the bling, I'm gonna go in with a coarse drill bit. Actually, this is an extra coarse drill bit, which means that it's a lot more coarse and it's gonna take off any of that glitter and encapsulated money that I have in there a lot quicker. So I am gonna be I'm gonna try to remove all of it, but it's still gonna be some glitter pieces that I won't be able to get rid of. But since we're doing the colored acrylics, we're going to be able to just cover that up with the acrylic. And I know it's going to bother some people, but honestly, I'm not a super big fan of doing like colored acrylics. I've been trying to try them out because I know a lot of people have been using them. But my thing is that, you know, it's good for I guess I could say it's good for the nail tech because, you know, every time they want a new set, like say they have on pink nails and it's all pink acrylic, but next time they come they want like all clear nails, which means that you're gonna have to take the set off and do a whole new set. So you're charging them from the soak off and you're charging them for a new set. But honestly, I feel like it's not healthy for the nail because you're having to file down and, you know, remove the shine from their nails so often, like every time you do a new set. So that's really why I don't like doing the all acrylic no polish. I know everybody has their own opinions, but that's just mine. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and finish removing all of the glitter and the money. And again, I am gonna leave, it's not that I just want to leave some of those glitter pieces, but I'm not able to take them all out with the drill, so you will be able to see some of those little gold foils in there. But again, it's gonna get covered up by the colored acrylics. Alrighty, so after that, we're going to go in with this Tammy Taylor Peel and Stick Cuticle Pusher, and we're just pushing back those cuticles. Once we're done with that, we're going to go in and just remove the shine from the natural nail, and we're going to be using a 180 sanding band for that. Make sure that you don't use anything more coarse than that because you will damage your client's nail. So again, we're using a 180 sanding band to remove the shine, and we're only filing to remove the shine. We're not filing to thin the nails out. None of that. Literally just filing until the nail is no longer shiny. So after that, I'm going to go ahead and dust the nails off, and then we're going to start with the acrylic application. But first, we're going to go in and apply the primer. I always use my OPI Bondex because I have a lot of it, but whatever you feel comfortable using, whether it's the same brand as your acrylic, or I know a lot of people use the Young Nail Protein Bond, I think that's what it's called. But again, whatever you feel comfortable and whatever works for you. Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead and get started with the acrylic. So for one, you can already see that the acrylic is giving me a hard time. The last time I did the review, I only used like 3 colors, which was the not birthday cake, but it was like cake, which is that pink one. I used the orange one, and I used a yellow one and an orange one, which those work perfect for me. But then this green one was giving me a little bit of a hard time. As you can see, they're kind of stiff, and I was having a hard time blending the colors. So you are going to see me struggle a little bit, but I was able to make them work. Obviously, I couldn't just give up because I didn't want the nails to look crazy. So I was just like it really actually frustrated me, but I just had to go ahead and make it work because I've been wanting to try them out. But I was having a problem with the but the green ones. And then I know a lot of people were saying that the purple one has a lot of clear, and I can tell you that that is definitely true. I was having a hard time with getting a full coverage with the purple one, but you're gonna see the process as I go. But basically, I'm just going to be doing an ombre on all of the nails. And again, all of these will be the Juicy Collection by Mia's Secret, and all of them aren't bad. Again, it was just a few of them that I was having a problem with, but once we get like that ombre down, of course we're going to go in with the Mia's Secret clear acrylic to encapsulate both of the colors. But if you do buy the colors, they will give you a little bit of a hard time, but you can definitely make them work. But it's kind of like you pay what you get for, or you get what you pay for. So I mean, they are pretty inexpensive, and then they're also small, so they're good, you know, to go ahead and test them out. And then they also might be good for like 3D art, but I don't know that I'll use them a lot. But again, I've been wanting to use them, so I guess this is what I get, maybe. But you know, you guys know that I like their pink acrylic and their clear one as well, so I have no issues with that. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next nail. For this one, we're gonna do a pink and an orange ombre. This is the same one that I did in the review video. I used those 2 same colors, and they were so pretty, so I wanted to redo it again, or try it out on one of my clients. So this is in the color Cake, and it's just a really pretty bright pink, and then the orange that I'm going to be using is in the color Orange. So just go ahead and do the first color that goes on the tip, and you don't have to necessarily like do, you know, a certain color. You can mix up the colors however you want. So I was just doing randomly, and then after that, once you have your tip down, just come back and do the other color in the back, and then come back and encapsulate them. Alrighty, so for this middle finger, I'm going to be using the clear, and as you can see, like, you're going to be able to see those clear patches throughout the acrylic, and I was trying my hardest to like get it to lay down evenly, but every time I brushed down, it's like it was taking away acrylic and I was getting those clear spots, and that's exactly what people were saying in the comments. So I definitely did not like this purple. I mean, the shade of it is cute, but like the actual product was not going on there good. As you can see, I kept having to go back and add more acrylic to get that full coverage that I wanted. Alright, and this yellow that I'm going to be using for this one is actually part of their other collection, which is it's more of a pastel collection. I can't remember the name of it, but I'll be sure to leave the link in the description. And that one only comes with 6 colors. The Juicy collection, it does come with a yellow, but it's more of like a mustard yellow. It's not bright like this one, so that's why I decided to use this one. And then also make sure that when you're working, as you see here, I'm wiping off my brush a lot, because these color acrylics will get stuck to your brush really easily, and when your brush is dirty, it's gonna give you hell to try to get the colors to lay down really smoothly. So make sure that again you keep your brush clean at all times. And I'm actually like gonna be switching brushes here in a second, because again my brush did start getting dirty and I wasn't able to get that like smooth application. So make sure that you keep your brush really clean while you're working, because that acrylic is going to keep building up and building up on your brush. But again, just apply the colors, do the tip first and then do the back color, and then come back and encapsulate them with the clear acrylic. It's really nice and simple. And yes, again, it did give me a hard time, but I was able to work through it and we got a beautiful result. Alrighty, so for the other hand, as you can see, I switched out my paper towel so we had a clean canvas to work on. And basically we're going to be doing the same thing, same colors, same fingers, same everything. So again, just do the color on the tip, come back and do the color in the back, and come back and encapsulate it. Really nice and simple. And then honestly, I could say that I give these color acrylics maybe like a 5 out of 10. Will I keep using them a lot? Maybe not. But the colors are really pretty and I was able to make them work, but it did take me a lot longer. And see, that's what happened when your brush is dirty. As you can see, it took out a whole chunk of acrylic right there. So this is where I went ahead and changed brushes. I brought out my number 10 oval brush by Alpha Brush, and I recently reviewed this one as well. So make sure that you have another brush in hand, or if not, just let your brush soak for a few minutes in the middle. But of course, when you're working on clients, you want to go ahead and, finish off. So just make sure that you keep your brush really clean. That's the only thing I can say. And then with this purple, I don't even know what's wrong with this purple. I think they just put too much clear in it and not enough pigment, I guess. I don't even know. And then for this hand, as you can see, I'm going ahead and just doing the tips first, and then I'm going to come back and do the other color in the back, and then going ahead and encapsulating them with the clear. So you're probably like, what are you doing? But I feel like honestly it's a little bit faster. So you have to find little things like this that kind of help you out to speed up the process when you're working. And also, I wanted to mention that I have a lot of people asking me about how can you get faster when doing nails. And honestly, I book all of my clients for an hour and 30 minutes. I know there's a lot of people out there that take 2 hours. So like an hour and 30 minutes to 2 hours is not bad timing, just because you have to take into consideration, like, we're not normal techs. We're not people from the shop. I know, like, the nail salons, they usually take 30 to 40 minutes, but you have to take into consideration that we're doing bling. We're doing encapsulated nails, we're doing glitter nails, we're doing all this other extra stuff. So of course that's going to add on that extra time that we're taking. So don't be worried about getting your sets down to 30 minutes, 45 minutes like they do, because again, we are not the same as the nail salons. We're doing a lot more work, which is going to require more time. But if you're taking like maybe 3 hours, then what you can do is just set a timer and try to beat that timer every time. And then again, I feel like 2 hours to an hour and 30 minutes is good timing. So I do recommend that you try to do that, but don't get discouraged, if it's still taking you a little bit longer, because you're only going to get better with practice. Once you get, the hang of doing nails, you won't even like think about what you're doing. You're literally just going to be doing it. I think like people kind of second guess themselves, which takes a little bit longer when doing a set. But again, whenever you get used to it, you won't even think about it. You're just going to be able to do a set, and it's not going to take you as long as it is now. But anyways, as you can see, we're going ahead and doing the color at the back closer to the cuticle area. And remember that when you're doing this, you blend the colors in the middle to make sure that we get that ombre look that we want. And then of course, just come back and encapsulate that with the clear acrylic. Alrighty, so after fighting these freaking acrylics to get them to go on how I wanted them, we finally finished applying the acrylic. So now we're just going to go in and reshape the nails. We're doing a coffin shape, so as always, make sure that you file the sides at a 45-degree angle and the free edge at a 90-degree angle, like literally exactly a 90-degree angle. Make sure that you're paying attention and watching the nail while you're filing, because you're going to be able to see the shape change as you go. And then, of course, you just kind of stop whenever you see that you have that perfect shape. Alrighty, so once we finish reshaping the nails, we're going to go in with the e-file. And as always, we start around the cuticle area, making sure that we seal that acrylic really good. And what I mean by sealing is literally until you're able to see where the cuticle is, where the natural nail is, and where the acrylic is. Because any little gap that you leave behind the acrylic or in between the natural nail and the acrylic, water's going to get under there and you're going to get lifting. So make sure that, again, you seal that cuticle area really good. This can be done with an e-file, or if you're a beginner and you're still not comfortable with an e-file, you could always use a hand file. But with the e-file, you can get really close to that cuticle area. And then also, if you are a beginner and you're still kind of scared with the drill around the cuticle area, just make sure that you slow your drill a little bit. That way, you know, it's not going as fast and you're not going to cut someone. But the only way to get better with the drill is just using it. So of course, when I started using it, I was scared too. I would just, you know, barely even do anything, and of course I would get lifting. But again, you just have to go in there and just file with the drill bit around the cuticle area until you're able to see where the cuticle is, where the natural nail is, and where the acrylic is. And then also just filing the rest of the nail with the bed, or not the bed, but the belly of the drill bit, to make sure that the entire nail is nice and smooth. So once we're done filing the nails with the e-file, we're going to go in with the buffer, and this is just going to make sure that all of the nails are nice and smooth, because after we file with the e-file or even the hand file, sometimes they leave scratches on the natural nail. So with the buffer, you're literally just taking out those scratches. If you skip this step, you will be able to see those scratches on the nail from the hand file or the e-file. So after you file each nail, make sure you rub on the top of the nail, basically just checking for any scratches, because again, if you just leave it like that, you will be able to see those scratches through your polish or even your top coat. So we're going to go ahead and just buff all of the nails, and then after this, we're just going to dust the nails off, wipe them off with an alcohol wipe, or of course you could have your client go wash their hands, whatever works for you. Okay, so after that, we're going to go in with some bling. And for that, we're going to be using the Mia Secret Gel Resin, our wax pencil, our SS6, SS12, and as well as some big pieces. And then we're also going to be using some caviar. So remember, when you're applying bling, just make sure you go in and apply the Mia Secret Gel Resin on the nail first, and then just start applying your bling over it. And then if you need to apply more gel resin, you can apply that as you go. But as always, I do buy the gel resin on eBay. But recently when I was in Dallas, I was able to get a hold of the Nail Supply Glamour store in Dallas. And I know they sell it, and then they also have an online store. So I'm working on getting a promo code through them so you guys can get it for a little bit cheaper. So once I get all of that information, I'll be sure to share the promo code with you guys, because they also have the Mia Secret acrylic system, they have the gel resin, the activator, they have pretty much everything that you need for nails. And then I'm also going to be posting a video about my experience in the store, not necessarily my experience, but just basically the stuff that I bought and any other little information that I was able to get from the store. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move on to the other fingers. So pretty much we're going to just be applying bling on all of the nails. I'm not going to apply too much because of course I don't want it to take away from the ombre, but she loves her bling, so she still wanted some on every nail. Okay, so we're on the last finger, and after this we're just going to spray the nails with the activator, and then I'm going to go ahead and apply the IBD gel top coat, and we're going to cure them for 60 seconds. Alrighty, so we're going to do the same thing on the other hand. Again, we first apply the Mia Secret gel resin with the wax pencil. We pick up the bling, place it on the nail, and then if you need to add more bling, or not more bling, but more gel resin, you can do that as you go. And then also when you're applying the caviar, yes, they're tiny, but basically just pick them up with the wax pencil and just apply them on the nail, and make sure that you have the gel resin in place whenever you're applying the caviar, because if not, they will roll off the nail. Alrighty, so we're placing that hand under the light for 60 seconds, and then I'm just applying my clear pineapple cuticle oil and just gently massaging it on her cuticles. And here is the final look. They turned out so pretty. The colors are really bright, which I love, but again, I was having a little bit of a hard time just laying the acrylics really smoothly. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram at GetNailed32, and I'll see you guys next time.